to the midweek preview this week at Canterbury, 9th of August. Race 5 is an 1100 metre race where we have, well, an impressive or an exciting sort of 3-year-old coming back from a run, unfortunately at Eagle Farm over the Brisbane Winter Carnival. Malahad is $2.45 and favourite. $5.50 is Ebenos, that's number 2. $7 Hot Hit, $10 LA Cheval, 12 Positive Problems, 13 NASAC, 14 Golden Shoes, 15 Excel Air, and 16 Eminent Duke. So quite a thick race and a ton of speed. Look, the fastest horse in the race is Hot Hit, but Excel Air will be desperate for the front. Finally led the other day in a 67, comes up to a 77. Look, the only thing that keeps her alive here is the fact that it's course and distance, but yeah, she'll be stinging for the front. Hot Hit's there, LA Cheval is there, Eminent Duke back in distance. Malahad led in his Canterbury maiden win, but I obviously looks for a position here. Golden Shoes, NASAC, Positive Problems, Ebenos goes back. This is the Sportsman Poster Special, if you haven't already realised. And I saw that on Twitter yesterday. I went, oh, Malahad. And then I saw him in this race and I went, holy shit. He's likeable, but he's also got some issues. Or how did you see it, Gord?
I think could very easily be the best horse in the race by a country mile. But how can I take that price, Tommy Berry?
Well, also, look, you know, you were so keen on him, and rightfully so, in the 1200 metre maiden 2 starts back where he bounced to the front for T England, led all the way. This is not the same race by any stretch of the imagination. I understand the attraction of a young horse that looks to have a bit of ability, but
and trialled really nicely. But there's 2 negatives there, and that's, well, there's a few. There's Tommy Berry, there's Map, and there's only one 730 metre trial. So,
but he's actually technically in his first preparation.
Yeah, because it's 74 days. But
in fact, all his breaks, he's had 3 breaks, they've all been short breaks.
Yeah. For me, there's enough negatives to not get involved at a short price. So I went looking for other things, and the other 2 I had a second look at were Ebenos and Excel Air. I really liked the last sort of 50 metres of Excel Air when it won. Just the horse that's flying at the moment and his long odds. Don't like, 28 starts, 3 wins, but its last 3 runs have been a first, a second and a second. If it doesn't get pushed too hard for the lead with fitness and a little bit of mare in form, might be hard to get past at long odds.
Bigelow Terry Copper.
What's that? Oh,
well, that's his theory, you know. It's his last breakthrough winning mares. Course and distance is just tickety-boo. Yeah, she's an interesting case because she did actually go super the other day when she found her mojo, but she is a leader up in grade here, which is generally a no-no. Ebenos, it looks really interesting here, Gord.
Yes.
He, you know, he just got back in a slowly run race the other day for Nick Haywood. He's second up with T England on board. It just looks a race where he could capitalise if the favourite just is made vulnerable.
I definitely think so, and comes out of proper 3-year-old stuff last preparation, while Malahad comes out of proper 2-year-old stuff, and I think there's a big difference between 2-year-old stuff and 3-year-old stuff. So they're the 2 I'll be looking to back if I get the right price, but so wouldn't be surprised if Malahad got the chocolates as well. So,
yeah, he's likeable, but the price is a bit poison. It's a bit poisonous. We've got a bit of Saturday form here, Gord. Hot Hit, LA Cheval. Of course, it's good old Isa Rich, who was presented by the ATC as one of the worthy horses of last season.
Yes, well, definitely was, and still confused about how I handle Isa Rich form. It was a negative quite comfortably, and now I'm in confusion about the way I handle it. But I don't think it'll be winning this race. Either the mare in form or the 2 younger horses that have more ability are going to win the race. You know, I could end up backing Malahat if it gets to the right price. What the right price is now, I'm not quite sure. I'll wait and see the pattern of the day tomorrow and make my decision later on. If, you know, I could have something on XLR 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, just hoping that it is
suited by the
bias.
Yeah.
So they're the three I'm interested in, but I'm not making a decision about what I do as far as betting's concerned till tomorrow.
Yeah, very surprised he left positive problems at 1100. It seems a horse that you are looking for based on her trials and resuming in an unsuitable race. But yet again, like at 1100, it doesn't seem right. Race 6, the penultimate, 1250 metres. $4.40 Superstar Bob, scratched from the highway last Saturday. $4.40 Missile Coda. $5.50 Jemadar. $8.50 Cosmopole, $8 Static Lift, $8.50 Cosmopole, $8.50 Tip Top, $12 Le Cavalier, and $21 heads the others Satirical Magic. Now, I want you to do one thing for me, Gord, here.
Yep.
Just, Jemadar's obviously had a stable change. Just have a look at the owners in this horse.
Jemadar owners: N Snow, D Azzopardi, J Gallimore. Are they the only famous one? P McCormack. Who else have we got there? Palmer. Peters.
Yes. Anyway, so it's there's a bit of interest attached to the resumption of this horse, given that he's had the stable change from the blue colours, now trained by
David Pfeiffer. So they've gone to the tried horse sales and picked up one, have they?
I don't know. I don't know how it's come about, but there's a strong, how should we say it, professional interest in Jemadar, and actually went up $3.60 on the tab. That must have been a fix, because
yes.
Honestly,
well, Sally Snow's not giving the inside information, is she? Eh?
$3.60, please. Anyway, a horse of some interest, lost the plot last time, mainly due to wet tracks at Warwick Farm, but certainly didn't cover himself at glory in his farewell at Beaumont. Mm-hmm. Was it at Beaumont or was it Newcastle? Newcastle. But anyway, what am I saying about the map here? I'm saying that that Missile Coda could easily go to the lead here, up from 1100 metres. Jemadar's on speed. Static Lift, Final Trick, both on speed. Cosmopole maybe. Satirical Magic is next best. Tip Top and Superstar Bob are there in behind those. Romlo and Le Cavalier out the back. So look, the lead is up for grabs is what I'm saying, and I'm suggesting that the horse that was a bit hollow the other day, but second up off the long break, Missile Coda, is positive out of the gates tomorrow up to 1250.
Yeah, and I thought was given absolutely no chance last start. And
why do you think that?
No, I just didn't like the balance on it. Just didn't seem right. Just didn't seem comfortable in running. Yeah.
So whose fault was that?
Well, it can be due to contact, but and it did have contact with another runner, but
it wasn't Keren's fault. So you weren't blaming Keren, or you were blaming Keren?
Well, a bit of both.
Right.
Yeah. It's not the one.
Pretty fast run race. I think second up she was a bit flat, and the chasing was a bit hard. Was hard work for her.
I'm just saying it's really simple to me, and that is I'm going to be backing number 5 Superstar Bob. I'm very surprised that it's so solid in the market, but I suppose with that stable and the fact that they do have an opinion of it, you're never going to get a longer price. You go from J Ford to Ty England, you come out of a proper Saturday race, and I know that the stable have a very high opinion of this horse, and it has improved dramatically from its first start. So if all those things come to fruition and it gets the right run, number 5 Superstar Bob is the bet for me. Not sure about the price.
Yeah, look, he's obviously set up here. 3 runs at Randwick in his career, 2 runs at Canterbury. Comes to Canterbury for the first time. But this looks an eminently suitable race. I've mentioned the claims of Missile Coda, who I think will show, can shine tomorrow, especially if given a positive ride. Jemadar has some talent. His trials have been of interest, and he looks like he could feature here. Static Lift, second up off a spell where he was fair first up, I suppose. Cosmopole has trialled okay to my eye.
Yep.
There are a few ifs and buts in this race.
Yep, definitely.
And we come to the nightcap. 1,550 metres. We've lost Attaboy Ross, which means Vanel gets a run. And at the moment it's $3.10 for Tensky, champing at the bit to get that. $4 Vanel, $5 Street Pursuit, $7 Bon Equus, $13 down the bottom Primavera, $13 Cashan, $14 Romney's Choice, 17 Excited Prince, 19 Ballius, and Dua heads the rest. Map is fairly obvious. Street Pursuit is, despite blinkers off, is up in distance and labelled to find the lead. Ballius hops into either box seat or trailing. Primavera shouldn't be far away. And one of the Wallers, Vanel or Fortensky, gets persuaded forward here. The other 6 all look to go back, with the possible exception of Romney's Choice, who, up to 1550 with T. Clark on board, could be seeking a rails midfield position here. Anything here?
Confused. Had a close look at 2 Fortinsky, 7 Ballius, and 11 Vanel. Didn't come to a solid conclusion. I did want to ask you, I just can't get over the fact that Tenorino just went past it like it was stationary. Like, is there something Fortensky?
It's not a horse, Fortensky. It's not a horse. It's like,
there's nothing in this race.
It's racing, yeah, but it's not going to get any type of favourable run here. If he gets really lucky, he gets one out, one back. If he gets really lucky.
Did the horse just fly past him because it was 16 back to 14?
Well, maybe, but I mean, look, they walked to the line there the other day. It was, and I thought G. Scafell rode it perfectly for Tensky. He presented it to win, and he's, he is yet to win a city race. Well, I realise that most of these are as well, but that's the story. That's what that's where you are with Fortensky. Street Pursuit has had 2 city runs and really not. I mean, he's got running style in his favour, but he's so chewed up, and they've just thrown keep throwing the kitchen sink at him. I think the Ballius is a horse of great interest here, a horse that went well twice over this course and distance, then went up to 1800 at Hawkesbury in a deepish race and raced on the speed. He's back to 1550 here, gets a cheap run. I think Primavera can do something here with the lightweight. Vanel is dead to me. That was just terrible. I think he wants 1900. It was just so dour and one-paced with Bowman up at Warwick Farm last time. Romney's Choice interests me greatly here. T. Clark on board. She returned well, then she's had a sequence of excuses, got back in a slightly run race at Kembla last time. I could certainly entertain her. But, it's a race where there's not a lot to oppose Fortensky with here, but I'm sort of opposing Fortensky with Fortensky.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to bet in the race. The only one I could entertain. What price did you say number 7 Ballius is?
$19.
Well, so that seems like it could be a decent play in the race, but not with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, it's a play because of the price.
Yeah.
All right, so early on, Gord, you are strongest with...
I'm just going to bet in the first 3 races, pretty much, which I'm going to back one of either... who are the 1 or 3 in the first race? Probably the 3. Definitely going to back the 1 in the second race. And my bet of the day by a country mile is race 3, number 7, Smart Edge.
B. Shen. Hope it works for you. I'm going to take you on, Gord. I like race 3, number 4, Gold Standard. So we'll go head to head for the purposes of...
Map V class.
Yes. We'll go head to head for the purposes of... Well, you say class 1's had a city run, the other's had a provincial run.
Yeah.
It could be interesting, but a bit of grist for the mill there. Twitter might get excited about how that little clash goes tomorrow. So stay tuned. Canterbury tomorrow, Kembla on Thursday, and then preview show Rosehill Friday with G. Pollitt back in the chair. Seeing if he can emulate the deeds of one Roy Key last Friday.
Roy Keane, greatest defensive midfielder Manchester United's ever had.
And we'll leave you there.
See ya.